Hello and a very good evening. You're watching the Mami TV English News Bulletin. I'm ALBINA RIAMEI. The Home Department, Government of Manipur has announced a cash reward of ₹5 lakh each for information leading to identification and arrest of miscreants involved in burning down of vehicles at 3 different locations in the state recently. An order issued by Special Secretary Home H. Gyan Prakash said report has been received from Superintendent of Police Bishnupur and Superintendent of Police Churachandpur that 3 FIRs were lodged with Phongak Chau Ikai Police Station and Churachandpur Police Station in connection with the burning down of a Maruti Suzuki Eco van in Phongak Chau Ikai Awang Laikai area along Tidim Road in Bishnupur district on August 6. A swift car in Kaprang village area along Tidim Road in Churachandpur district on the same day, and the torching of a Tata truck loaded with empty water tank in Buzzing village area on August 7. The police department has been investigating the cases, however, has not yet been able to establish the identity of the miscreants involved in the same. As such, the Home Department has announced a cash reward of ₹5 lakh each for the information leading to identification and arrest of miscreants involved in the 3 cases. Detail of the informer will be kept secret, the order added. President of Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee, MLA K. Meghachandra, has maintained that Congress will resolutely fight against the steep price rise and goods and service tax (GST) hike in India ever since BJP came to power in the country. He was speaking on the sidelines of a march on the theme Jarayat Karo Kurbani as part of Azadi Ki Gaurav Yatra commemorating 75th anniversary of country's independence. The march was organized by Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee under the aegis of All India Congress Committee. Members of the party also offered floral tribute to the statue of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose located at INA Memorial Complex as part of the Yatra. Speaking further, MLA K. Meghachandra said the march was organized to pay tribute and respect to leaders and forefathers for their sacrifices in India's freedom struggle to attain independence. He also asserted that Congress will continue to work for the welfare of the country and fight against sharp rise in prices of essential commodities in the country.
British ki makhada loidam sasan tawmbadagi ningkha tamba sovereign country ma independent country ma woinana bahonabda ansi katokraba adugumba mahapurusing du manungda Netaji Subhash Chandra hero amani magi mafamda Congress party na bharati sahi 100 suba ningkha tambagi siga mari leinana akhoi hana Rajasthan da Central Sibda Mother Tanakiba Warep ki matungina matang koi sajarapani aduna ngasi Indiagi freedom fighter baidagi hauna lega haitare mapari Netaji Subhash Chandra gi mafamda mayamna se hana khambirabni mafam masi ihan hana Indiagi soil da Indiagi phiran mafam masida hosting tawbiwa singkatkiba mafamni aduna Netaji Subhash Chandra gi mafamda koi mayam Congress karmi koi mayam kono magna oknondana mai mafamda moina tathok piramba moina contribute tawba mayam ningsingbaga loinana koi laimana mahi mana katna koi maundai kai khumna chebani.
Former Chief Minister of Manipur, Okram Ibobi, said paying respect to the leaders and freedom fighters who laid down their lives to bring India's independence is one of the principles of the Congress party. As such, the party workers and members offered tribute to the statue of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, and the march on the theme Jarayat Karo Kurbani was taken out.
भारत की निंखा तंब चाही 100 का मंगा सुरकपगी अखोई की निंखा तंब से पुरकपदा लौखिबा लीडर सिंह की थौदांग निंसिंगदुना भारत ना 15 अगस्त चाही 75 इंडिपेंडेंस डे पांथोकपसि मांगोइनना अखोइना मणिपुर की मफम खुदिमक्ता जात्रा चतुना प्रजा सिंह की अवाना सिंह प्रजा सिंह की खुदोंसादब सिंह मदुगी जात्रा दो चलगा उनरगा प्रजा सिंह की अवाब मयाम सिंह से सरकार की मितना कोंग दे योहलकान दै अखोई की अपिन बपिनदब मयाम सिंह से ngasi leibak asida wariba thabak phangdabagi samesya ngasi leibak asida numit khudingi pochai gi maman hengalaiba numit khudingi tax GST paikhalaiba hengalaiba mayam sing se masi thengnanabagi masi praja sing da awaba leire haibasi khanghananabagi Azadi ka Gaurav Yatra ngasi अजिगुम्बा ऐतिहासिक ओरबा इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस पार्टी की लीडर ओरम्बा नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र की असिगुम्बा मेमोरियल कॉम्प्लेक्स असिदगी अखोई पदयात्रा से खुंथागदोरिबनी।
Floral tribute was also offered at Kangla, Moirang and to the statue of Netaji Subhaschandra Bose as part of the event, and the national song was also sung as part of the event. Later, the march was taken out from INA Memorial Complex till Oinam Bazar. Ex-MLA of Moirang Assembly Constituency, P. Sarachandra, members of MPCC and members of Moirang Kendra Block Congress Committee also took part in the march. Northeastern Development Finance Corporation Limited NEDFI felicitated 10 entrepreneurs and industrialists from Northeast states, including 3 entrepreneurs from Manipur on the occasion of its 27th Foundation Day. Chairman of UNACO Group, Ningombam Irabanta, Chairman of Babina Group, Dr. Thangjam Dabali, and Managing Director of HBS, Huidrom Bikram, were felicitated by presenting memento at an event held at the auditorium of NEDFI Bhavan at Dispur in Guwahati. Secretary of Ministry of Dona, Lok Ranjan, Secretary of Northeastern Council, Moses Chalai, and Managing Director of NEDFI, Muti Chan, attended the program as Chief Guest, President, and Guest of Honor, respectively. Police have beefed up security measures across the state ahead of Independence Day celebration. A team Imphal West Police Commando conducted cordon and search operation at Kaisamthong Hodam Leirak, Top Leirak, Moirang Ningthau Leirak, and Laisom Leirak this morning from 6:45 to 8:20. During the operation, around 70 houses, including rented, were searched, and around 95 individuals were verified, including 4 bailouts of different UG groups. Meanwhile, a team of Thobal Police Commando and Thobal Police, along with Women Police, conducted cordon and search operation at Thobal Ketrilekai from 4:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. today. The team, led by Additional Superintendent of Police Operations Wangkomba Okramcha, under the supervision of Superintendent of Police of Thobal, Jogesandra Haubizam, searched around 68 houses, and a total of 180 individuals were verified during the operation. However, no arrest was made during the operation. Joint Students Coordination Committee, JSCC, and apex body of AMSU, MSF, KSA, and SUK organized a painting competition today at GP Women College in connection with the upcoming Patriots Day to be held on August 30. The painting competition was held on the theme Patriotism for students of class 3 to 6. Speaking on the occasion, convener of JSCC, Sukham Vidyananda, said the competition was organized to pay tribute to the brave sons of Manipur who laid down their lives during the Anglo-Manipuri War on 1891. Today's competition aims at instilling the sense of bravery and patriotism of forefathers among the young generation. He appealed to all the schools, colleges, and universities of the state to observe the Patriots Day on August 13 to remind the students of the important historical phase of Manipur. JSCC will organize a debate competition at Imphal College on the day. Prizes for the winners of both the debate and painting competition will be awarded on August 14, Vidyananda added.
August ki tang tarong de ko sing in sing mit thorum ka mari leina na arbu pendi communication ase pangthok chabani masige roi lena ko tang tarong de side so ko sing in sing mit thorum hapung ga thorum ma imphal college ta pangthok na sem sa ba loina na namin adumak ta ko debating competition ma ko pangthok chabani loina na hari ba painting amadi debate competition ani ase ke prize na tang tara mari da ko formal function ma ga loina na ya thok chabani hari ba competition sing ase pangthok chabagi maru ba wakalon di 1991 ge Anglo Manipur gi lantham da thawai na potha pi khraba अथौबसिंग अदुबो मखोय काय खना उच्चबा कोइना मारिबा मुसिबा मखोयगे थौना लिंजेन अदुबो ngasiगी मिरोना मतौ तमजननबा अमसु मखोयगे खुदुंग इनना सपंगननबगी अदुम वाखलो नमदा ngasiगी हावो माइरुसिंग असिरा थौबसिंग निसिंग मिरसे पांगथोक गान मखोयदा पुवारी सि खंगनननबगी अदुम वाखलोदा हारिबा कमिटिशन सिंग असि पांगथोक जबनी.
Democratic Students Alliance of Manipur, DESAM, today organized the 77th Awareness Camp Mega Blood Donation Camp at RIAMEI Hospital, Lamphel. The blood donation camp was organized by DESAM in association with Department of Transfusion Medicine, RIAMEI, under the sponsorship of State Blood Cell and HM Manipur. Speaking on the occasion, Health and Environment Secretary of DESAM, Oinam Surjakanta, said since its establishment, DESAM has been organizing the blood donation camp Today's camp is being organized in different hospitals of the state in continuation of the 76 blood donation camp held on April 25. The camp will also be held at the blood banks of Jenims, Babina Cancer Hospital and Caesar Hospital, he said, and also sought people's support in organizing the camps.
Si pangthok sariba blood donation asi desam lisang sitna exapong lakpa dagi pangthok lakpa mairoi khunai amadi tebang miam da kathok lakpa I na khoi mington jaba adugum lakpa I khudol tambagi thoram aduni airiba I khudol tambagi thoram ngasi August ki tang 10 da pangthok sariba asi chaliba chahi asi ki April ki tang 15 da khoi pangthok sariba kumudra ga tare lak suba blood donation adugi makha jata jarakpani airiba blood donation asi khoi ngasi dagi horkan da tongan ba hospital blood bank mari Jenims ki RIMS amadi Babina Cancer Hospital loinana sijagi laiba blood bank aiba apa mari sida pa pangthok sagani.
The U.S. Consulate General Kolkata, in partnership with Regional English Language Office RELO of the U.S. Embassy in India, will host English language specialist Dieter Bra from the U.S. to conduct a 5-day training workshop for U.S. Consulate's Entrepreneurship Program Academy for Women Entrepreneurs, AWE alumni and other women entrepreneurs in Manipur from August 12. Dieter Bra will work with a group of 18 participants in Imphal to develop a curriculum where the workshop participants can use as a key training tool with peers. On August 16, the last day of the 5-day workshop in Imphal, the participants will make representation of their final pitches and Dieter will hand over the certificates to the participants. The training was conducted in Ranchi and Patna last month and in Dimapur last week. Environmental activist from Kwakta, Anish Ahmad, in collaboration with Divisional Forest Officer, Central Imphal West, catapulted 2,800 saplings of tamarind in mega water supply project area at Sawambung Reserve Forest, Imphal, Chingkaiching Reserve Forest and Laimaching at Nongmaiching Ranch Forest. DFO Central, RK Amarjit, RO Central, Jobit Mangsatabam, retired professor of Manipur University, RK Somorjit, president of Green Universal Foundation, Dr. H. Roman, its vice president O. Henry, along with the top-ranking officials and forest guards, took part in the plantation drive. Speaking on the occasion, DFO RK Amarjit lauded Anish for reintroducing the age-old practice of using catapult to plant saplings. He had catapulted more than 1 lakh saplings of fruit-bearing plants in hill areas a few days back. Amarjit extolled Anish for his efforts to make the hills of the state green again. The 2-day annual community contact and extension program organized by DM College of Teacher Education DMCTE concluded at Raja Dumbra Destitute Women's Home, Purana Rajbari today. Principal of the MTCE, Dr. R.K. Lokendra, graced the event as a chief guest. Executive member of Raja Dumbra Destitute Women's Home, E. Nandarai, and Vice President of All Manipur Women's Association as a President and Associate Professor of the MCTE, Dr. Konika Kuraisam, as a guest of honor at the program. Essential items including food items were presented to the Women's Home as part of the program. Dr. Konika Kuraisam spoke on women empowerment and social upliftment, while Dr. Anita Kangabam spoke on needs and cares of mental health for the elderly people on the occasion. Speaking at the event, program in charge, Dr. C.H. Tom appealed to teachers to discharge their duty with sacrificial spirit and to maintain good relation with the society. He also added that serving the elderly people is akin to serving the God.
Okay, masawa, kahit ano na, imasinda, yan po rin na, pero kung magkakaroon kasi ng mga halatse, then po rin sila magsabi. Okay, di po rin sa asili, dyan na mahingyari.
Department of Information and Publicity of All Tribal Student Union Manipur at SUM has denounced the agreement signed among the Manipur State Government Hill Areas Committee and at SUM ANSAM KSO General Headquarters on August 7. According to a statement released by the Department of Information and Publicity of ATSAM, the emergency meeting of ATSAM and ATSAM federating units held on Tuesday denounced the agreement signed among the Manipur State Government Hill Areas Committee and ATSAM, ANSAM and KSO on August 7 in matters relating to the impasse of the HAC recommended the Manipur Hill Areas Autonomous District Council Bill 2021. ATSAM has suspended Van Landian Kaute from the post of Vice President of ATSAM for violating the conduct of the union by unilaterally appending signature to the agreement. Further, ATSAM is convening an emergency meeting of ATSAM, ANSAM, KSO, General Headquarters, and some federating units and senior leaders today, the statement said. The Joint Tribes Students Association JTSA has expressed gratitude to Union Minister of Road Transport and Highway Nitin Gadkari for approving the construction of a 25-kilometer elevated highway and new 7th national highway in the state. A press release from the JTSA jointly signed by presidents of RNSOM, LNKR, AISU and JSOM said the approved 25 kilometers elevated highway from Koirengay to Lilong will be a great respite of commuters as it will now directly connect both the peripheries of the capital city without any issue of traffic congestion. They also expressed gratitude to Chief Minister N. Biren Singh for his unceasing endeavor for inclusive development and also thank Works Minister Gobindas Kontaujum, all concerned MLAs and ministers for their work. Now we have a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Welcome you all to UNACO Residential School at Chanung, Imphal East. An exclusive co-education residential school located on a sprawling 50-acre campus will be affiliated to CBSE New Delhi. First academic session will begin in April 2023 for classes 4 to 8. Hurry up for registration.
HIV IBC lambi mari khaktada miyoy amadagi amada sindoi
HIV positive oiba mama mapadagi machada
sakhangdaba miyoy singa kondom yaudana yuman mari thamba matamda HIV sandoi
mi amaga yatum siren waiduna sizinabada HIV sandoi
ana layengda ikapa matamda HIV test tobada ikapa labadi HIV sandoi
jang naina amadi niyom chumna kondom sizinabana HIV dagi ngakthokpam
sexual transmitted infection STI
haibadi pinungi laina dagi sungar thopongami
aduga angang pamdrabadi kondom sizinabio
HIV haiba virus asina mipung khudimakta sokhali
masigi namkhai leite chahi laining kanglup natraga nupa nupi angang khaidi
masina mi amadagi amada mathang sendopangam
aina domu sinari HIV test tongnabagidama aina domu sinari kondom sizinabagidama
aina domu sinari nasabo HIV dai kanjanaba HIV AIDS ki maramda hena kupamorong khangnabagidama
AIDS toll free number 1097 da phone tobi
English Hindi natraga Manipuri de wari saba yagani
nako AIDS app su download tobiu amadi sizinabio
Welcome back. Nitish Kumar took oath as the Chief Minister of Bihar today for a record 8th time, forming a government with Tejaswi Yadav's Rashtriya Janata Dal and other parties as a new grand alliance. Tejaswi Yadav took oath as his deputy. Speaking after the oath ceremony, Kumar threw a challenge to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, questioning whether he would be re-elected in 2024. He also repeatedly assured that he would work hard for position unity. Kumar formed government with Tejaswi Yadav's Rashtriya Janata Dal and other parties as a new grand alliance following a bloodless coup where he ended alliance with the BJP within just 48 hours. Meanwhile, the BJP held a massive protest in Patna today and declared that they will hold protests in the district too. State BJP chief Dr. Sanjay Jaiswal said the people of Bihar will never forgive Nitish Kumar. The election to select a Congress president will start from August 21, sources have said. Party MP Rahul Gandhi has not revealed whether he would contest for the post, which his mother Sonia Gandhi is currently heading. Source said, request by Congress leaders to Rahul Gandhi to become the party chief once again, but he quit as Congress president after the party's defeat in the 2019 general election, has received no response. The party has been deliberating for a long time on the possibility of having a non-Gandhi leader as the Congress chief. There is no consensus yet on this matter, sources said. In March, Sonia Gandhi, in her speech to senior leaders at a meeting to discuss the party's assembly election defeats, had offered to resign along with Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Sonia Gandhi presented the resignation offer as the ultimate sacrifice in the interests of the party, party leaders have said. The government has approved biological Corbevax as a precaution dose or booster jab for those above 18 years fully vaccinated with either Covishield or Covaxin, official sources say today. This is for the first time that a booster dose that is different from the one used for primary vaccination against COVID has been allowed in the country. The sources say that the Union Health Ministry's approval is based on the recommendation made recently by the COVID-19 Working Group of the National Technical Advisory Group on Immunization. This will be in addition to the existing guidelines for homologous precaution dose administration of Covaxin and Covishield vaccine, the sources added. India's first indigenously developed RBD protein, subunit vaccine Corbevax, is currently being used to inoculate children in the age group of 12 to 14 years under the COVID-19 immunization program. China today vowed zero tolerance for separatist activities in Taiwan and reaffirmed that it would take the self-ruled island by force if necessary. The warning from Beijing, which considers Taiwan its territory, came after days of unprecedented Chinese military drills around the island sparked by U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's trip. Pelosi last week became the highest-ranking U.S. official to visit Taiwan in decades, despite stark threats from China, which tries to keep Taipei isolated on the world stage. China's Taiwan Affairs Office today issued a white paper laying out how it intends to claim the island through a range of economic incentives and military pressure. Since the late 1990s, the island has transformed from an autocracy into a vibrant democracy, and a distinct Taiwanese identity has emerged. Relations between the two sides have significantly worsened since Tsai Ing-wen became president in 2016. Tsai and her Democratic Progressive Party do not consider Taiwan to be part of China. Before we end the bulletin, let's look at the top news headlines once again. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening.